So I'm subscribed on YouTube to Crunchyroll. I found out not too long ago they had an account there, and they'll release like opening and ending songs, maybe some clips from a show, and trailers for anime that's coming out. And so when I saw this one, or the title for it and the trailer, I was just like, "Oh yes, yeah, this is shit I get into." So it is called. I just finished the first episode and now I'm about to start the second episode. My next life as a villainess, all routes lead to doom. And it's exactly what it sounds like. So basically, we have our protagonist. She trips, falls, smacks her head, recalls her past life. She has died early. She was an otaku. She locked herself in a room, kind of. And she was huge on. Wait, I don't think they said that. Wait, she did say she became obsessed with otome games, and she died at 17. Anyway, so she's reborn as this very obnoxious, like, what is something there? It's kind of like you can pretty much guess her character type is that obnoxious bitch in a game that just you don't know how anyone hasn't just punched her yet. Like she's like 5 or something at the time. And she recalls her past memories, and then she just drastically tries to change her personality. And it's she recalls her past life, and then as the title says, she finds out that, oh fuck, I am in this otome game, or a world like this otome game. Okay, well, what were the endings? Okay, she was like, okay, I'm the villainess, clearly. What were the endings? All of them are bad endings for her, which she's either on the happy side, the good endings. She is exiled. She's stripped out of everything she owns, and she's exiled. And then whoever the fuck is the guy for that route is with a heroine, or she, in the bad endings, she dies, but the heroine does not get with the guy. So she's trying to figure out basically how to get like a good ending in case, because she doesn't want to fucking die early. She wants to actually live out her life. So to avoid death, so she's not so much focused on like, oh, I gotta get the guy, so much as I don't want to be exiled and I don't want to die. But if there's no way to not be exiled, I at least want to survive. I at least want a chance to survive. Like, she's like, okay, well, if I'm exiled, I can learn this, and I can find work elsewhere. I'm exiled, and I'll boost my magical power, and I'll learn swordsmanship, and at least I can protect myself in case of like the worst ending where I'm gonna die. So at least I'll have a chance to survive, maybe. So that's basically the entire thing, is her trying to get the best ending she can for herself. So she's not aiming for the guy. But like I said, this is only the first episode I've watched. I'm just about to start the second one. Like, I literally just turned it on, so like the opening theme hasn't played, nothing has played yet. It's just the opening screen of like the very first shot of the opening before everything starts. So so like I said, the trailer that Crunchyroll dropped on YouTube is kind of where I first heard about it, and I was like, oh yes, yes, this is totally my thing. But I think I might have like at least seen the title earlier. Like, I don't think I saw a picture for it, but I think I remember like some, like, I don't know, I think it was on Pinterest or something. And you know how you have something, like, you look up something and then it'll give you kind of like a related search. And I saw a few ones. I think I was looking at something for the time I got reincarnated as a slime, and then it recommended like a bunch of other stuff, and I was laughing at some of the stuff. But I secretly want anime of these ones. Whereas I think we actually are gonna get one. I don't know what it was called, but something about the guy's reincarnated as a fucking spider. And then I saw this Villainess one, and then there was another one saying about a guy being reincarnated into a fucking vending machine in a dungeon. And I was just like, this is fucking stupid. I love this. And I totally need to look at this later. And I would like save it into a folder saying check out later, and just kind of forgot about it until now. So I think I might have seen. God damn. This is why I want to shave all my hair off. Because no matter what I do, I feel like there's just, I'm always shedding. Anyway, it got in my mouth, that's why. So I was like, what the fuck? Get hair out of my mouth. Anyway, so like, I was like, okay, I kind of have high expectations, and I was like, okay, calm down, girl. Try not to have expectations. Try to have like your highest expectations be like wise man's grandchild. Like that's kind of like where I go now, is where like it's not exactly good, but I enjoyed it, and that's good. But by the end of the first episode, I was like, I love it. I love the art style. It's very colorful. And then like there's a shot of where they're in a garden or something, and I kind of like the way they colored and like it kind of reminds me of like a coloring book, like someone coloring with colored pencils, and then there's kind of like a whited out edge to around like the flowers. It's kind of faded out. You just fucking look at it. It's nice. And like I kind of like her just like, okay, okay. It kind of reminds me of that scene in like Given, which to be perfectly honest, I found it on a clip on YouTube before I actually watched the episode with that in it, where, oh god, if you don't know, Given is another anime that came out like a couple seasons ago. Was it last season or a couple seasons? I think it was a couple seasons ago. Yeah, of last year, where I saw some recently, and it's a gay anime, and we have our main character who's like grieving, and then he falls in love with, or they eventually fall in love with each other, and this other dude is what I'm talking about, and he finally like kind of bursts. He finally like just kissed the dude out of nowhere, or I guess he'd be our protagonist, so he would be like the protagonist's love interest. And he's like, oh fuck, I just kissed him, and he has like a conference inside his head of like a bunt, like a scene of like a little conference of a bunch of him, a bunch of little versions of him in his head, of like the fearless dude, the like the smart one, the one that's overly emotional, the one that's like wimp, and so we kind of have something like that in this, where she has like a conference with a bunch of herself. She has like the fearless one, the happy one. So I can't remember all of them. It was like the fearless one, the happy one. It was like the studious one or something, and then the chairman, and a few others. I think, but those are the only ones I can remember. I think there's at least one or two more. And yeah, so we're introduced to two male, three technically of the males, but I would say only two of them actually like you see one for like a minute, and then like he's fucking gone for that episode, and then you have the other two. You have the guy she ends up engaged with, who is a prince, the guy who left his like brother or whatever, his twin brother, and then there's another guy who ends up being like they adopt him, I guess, into the family. So her like stepbrother, and basically this is the character types. Is the prince, who is the guy she's engaged to. I think his name was fuck. What was it? It was like GEO. Was it RDO or DRO? Gordro or something like that. I've never seen a name like that, and so he has this very angelic smile, but really he apparently is black-hearted and sadistic, is what she remembers of the character. Like, he hasn't shown that in the anime yet. He still has his angel face on, but she knows what his character is. And then, the stepbrother is, because he was the son of a mistress in his family, I don't think he's actually... I think they... What was it? She was looking at She's like a little fucking book of, she's trying to write down everything she remembers, and he's like a distant relative of her family. So the dad and his family had a mistress, and he's the baby, and of course the people in this fucking type of society, just, that's horrible. So we're going to abuse this child. And he gets adopted into her family, and because he was always, I guess, like, the character bullied him, of course, so he shut himself in and just was very lonely, no one talked to him, anything like that. And when he grew up, he came, in order to like fill a void in his heart, he became this frivolous playboy type, and falls in love with, of course, the heroine of this Otome game, and falls in love for the first time, because Like he's not lonely anymore. Was it? She said he's not lonely anymore, and he feels satisfied. And yeah, so we have the first half is kind of with Gordo, and basically how they got engaged is strip fall gets the fucking like cross shaped scar type thing, which immediately makes me think of Rurouni Kitchen, and I never finished that fucking show after all these fucking years. I was a teenager when I started that goddamn show. Still haven't finished that fucker. It's almost done. I think I'm like 50 episodes in then. It's been a while. Anyway, and then I restarted it. And then I think it's been at least another year or so, and I forgot it existed. It's appeared on like Crunchyroll or fucking Netflix or something. I was like, oh, I remember this. I'm gonna start that again. I never finished it. I don't know why I do weird voices. It's just fun for me. Anyway, I go to weird voices for just reasons I don't know. Especially like with some weird redneck. A lot. I do it a lot. And my family constantly makes fun of me for like, are you talking redneckinese again? Like, yes, I'm talking redneck Nates. Like, it's not. I just natural. Anyway, it's horrible impression. It just comes out naturally, and I don't know why. I also don't know why. Like, I weirdly like I'm stroking my imaginary beard. I don't. What is all this weird shit I do for no reason? Anyway, so yeah. First house with Gordon. She ends up engaged to him, and the way that happens is she trips, falls. That's the way she gets her memory. She trips and falls, and gets a cut on her forehead, but she remembers her past life, and he wants to take responsibility for it because this kind of society, if you're a girl and you're scarred, well, no one's gonna want to marry you most likely. Or it's going to be very hard to find someone to marry you. So he takes responsibility, and she's kind of like absent-mindedly thinking about something and not really paying attention. And she accidentally agrees when he's like, well, why don't we just get married? He's, yeah, sure, whatever. And he leaves, and she's like, oh, fuck! And he comes back formally to, like, formally propose to her. And of course, again, she's fucking not thinking about what she's not paying attention is what I'm trying to say. And just fucking does it again. And then second half we have Keith, who his stepbrother is introduced. And he is the shy little pretty boy type. Like the very adorable little girly baby face. And just so very shy. And she decides... Well, for Gordo, she decides, well, why don't we just try and find a way to get out of the engagement? And maybe we could do that. And then for Keith, she decides, well, the root cause is bullying him and loneliness, but why not just lavish him with attention? And he won't be lonely. Won't get a bad ending, is essentially the show. And then there's this really cute moment at the end that actually kind of made me cry. It was very cute. Where Keith ends up showing her magic. And he can make golems, essentially. And unfortunately, he makes a big one, and he kind of loses control of it, and she gets hit. And, he blames himself, so he decides to lock himself in his room because he hurts people, and if I'm locked up, I can't hurt anyone. And so she comes in with a fucking axe and chops down the door. And it was just like so pretty. Just the way they did like her shutting the door. He's in a very dark room. Like it's just light enough to make out his silhouette. And everything, like it's literally everything's bleaked and grayed out. And then everything's bleak and grayed out. There you go. And then we get to the chopping down the door, and we actually see like the axe coming into the door, and her taking it out of the door to like go for another hit, and light is shining through onto him from where she's hitting it, and she breaks down the fucking door, and she says, well then, just we'll learn to control our magic, and then you won't have to worry about that, and I won't leave you. We'll always be together. And I'm just like, oh god, no, just immediately sobbing. Smacked the shit out of my phone, out of my hand. I did that, and I was like, I don't know why I did that. And then I just smacked the phone. Paul's trying to explain why I don't know why I did that. Anyway. One of these videos, I won't be a weirdo. more than normally. I can already just hear myself. No, no. I can hear the invisible crowd. No, it's never gonna happen. That voice in your head is like, yeah, no, give up, bitch. Just no, nothing. You're weird for life. Anyways, yeah, there's a cute moment. I'm sobbing, and because it is so cute, I'm just like, yay, happy thing, cute happy thing made me cry instead of sad thing made me cry. And it's like, it's so cute. Anyway, and then I think that's where it ends in the first episode. Oh no, wait, yeah, the mom finds out that like the servant was trying to like because he had locked himself in, he took his spare key and she's banging on the door. He won't let her in, so she goes with the axe, and then the mom comes up later and is like, "Come on!" Because she's mad because obviously she chopped down a fucking door with an axe. This like 5-year-old, so she's sick drags her way to be lectured, and then we have Keith smiling and kind of like laughing, and then that's the end of the episode. So I'm very, very hyped. I'm trying not to be like, oh my god, this is going to be the best thing ever. Like, because, oh god, that's fucked me over so many times. But this is like, which immediately reminds me of Bleach, where I'm just like, oh, I totally love this, and just no. But this is just, I'm trying to keep my hopes at like a reasonable level, but like so far, the first episode, it just, yes, it's right up my alley. Now, the title, which is My Nice Life as a Villainess, Oliver's Lead to Doom, remind me of another anime which I can't really remember the title of, but I think it was If Her Flag Breaks, and what it is he can see kind of like little death flags or flags for other things, so like the romance flag's been triggered, or like a death flag has been triggered, something like that, and then he can see that on other people. And I haven't watched it in a while. I think it's also on Crunchyroll. I don't remember everything about it, but I think it was along like Wise Man's Grandchild for me, where it was I enjoyed it and I would watch it again. But I can totally see people being like, "Why? Why do you like that?" And I'm just like, I don't fucking know. I just like it. But that's what the title reminded me of. So that, and I don't know why when I saw this, but like I got that few shows have maybe like, you watch something with so much anticipation, you're like, yes, you feel like this well of like happiness and hope and just adrenaline that like, yeah, it's gonna be good. And just kind of remind me of like Overlord for a second with that, which this show, like I said, it's only the first episode, but like the only real difference is, or I'm sorry, the only real similarity is that the villain is the main character. But and both sides don't really know what to do with that. Like, Ain's obviously having to act like a supreme ruler because obvious reasons, and her being villain, she has to avoid her bad endings. But for some reason, just like it kind of reminded me of that, like that feeling I had watching Overlord and being just so happy and like loving to marathon it, and just the anticipation and waiting for the next episode to come out, and just I don't know how to describe it. Like this weird high, this natural high of energy. So for the first episode, I'm very excited. I can't wait to watch the second episode, which I'm doing now, or I'm about to do now, which is like, I don't know. Anyway, I also want to talk about something where I see that some people are, I don't know if I talked about this in another video, and I've been thinking about like putting in a video as an idea and saying what you think. I'm mumbling, aren't I? Just turn up the volume, maybe you'll understand me. Or at least hear what I'm saying to some degree. Yeah, so yeah, there are some people who make like discussions about like they'll watch something and they'll have a discussion after each episode for each episode. And I thought, I don't know if I want to do that because it sounds like a pain in the ass. But what if I like really loved a show? Or like got really heated about a show for whatever reason, maybe I would try that. So I don't know. I'm not promising anything. I'm just saying that like it might be an idea. Maybe there'll be 1 or 2 series where like I really want to talk about an episode or something. Otherwise, you're probably gonna get like a first impression and maybe like my review, which isn't as much as a review. I'm thinking about calling it like my thoughts or something, or some other thing, because it's not really a review to me. but I'm also too lazy to go back and change all the titles. So I may just put my thoughts and reviews or slash reviews as one fucking folder and save them all to that. Or not folder, playlists. I'm old. Anyway, so alright, we'll see how it goes with that. But I also just finished watching the second episode of Are You Kidding Me? What is that? Well, I guess you could call it that, but I'm the eighth son, or I am the eighth son. I am the eighth son. Are you kidding me? Which also kind of almost had me cry for a second at the very end. Yeah. But I don't know if I want to talk about that one either. It was better than the first episode, I think. But I don't know if there's enough there for me to, like, want to do another video for, like, my thoughts on episode 2 or something. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm looking forward to more episodes of the show, and I'm still excited. I'm excited. I want more episodes. I am excited and I want more episodes. I think that's what I was trying to say there for a second. Anyway, I'm off to watch more.